Well, welcome back to Liverpool 12th Man Show. This is, as I like to think of it, the home of honest and passionate and unapologetic red football talk, that is. And we got a bomba, apparently bonkers to sing, so definitely share it with us. I might not have seen that been on there, but all the same. Big up, Dustin. Speak of legends. Definitely, you are one. Shout out to Bonkers. Shout out to Dustin. Shout out to all that are joining us right now. We've got a big episode today. Everything from penalty drama at Wembley, which is something I'm still debating over, and to worrying cracks in our defensive wall, and to what could be one of the most attractive, active, and possibly lucrative transfer windows in Liverpool history. And of course, our main topic, I have a deep scouting report on the three. I know that we have two that are in the works, but I'm going to provide three center halves that Liverpool could and possibly are targeting this window as we get closer to the end of the summer transfer window. Shout out to Mark A. Shout out to Jimmy. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Let me see if I can't find what Bonkers is talking about with Fabrizio. Hopefully it's something like hopefully it's something good. Let me see if I can find it as well. Shout out to Hasashin. Definitely shout out to you. But before we get into all that, let's do a quick reminder. Please do hit that like button as you join the chat. We're just trying to do a 50 like minimum, which will help boost the channel's algorithm and all that other crap. So, we're trying to do 50 likes from the door. So it's all good. But I did want to get into something that I thought maybe got a little bit overlooked. Some of us were talking about it on Monday, if not on Sunday, just after the game. And what I really wanted to talk about was our penalty taker. Now, I know that might not be the biggest topic on the bill. It might not even be something in your radar or in your hemisphere, but it is something that I would like to talk about because you know what? We've seen issues before with our penalty takers or our penalty take kicker, and we've also seen it occur to us that maybe we have some other options on this team that could provide a bigger or a more consistent placement. I do see the Bomba, by the way, so big up. We will be doing that as well. Let me just bring that in here. I do see the Bomba. But I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to hear how you guys talk about it. Redbird saying Salah will take pens or he will sulk. I know that's the crappy part about it, because like in realistic terms, like he should probably. I don't think Salah is our best penalty taker. I'm not saying that he's a bad penalty taker, but I'm saying that he is not our best penalty taker, and that's where the issue begins. I know that, what was it, 2 years ago? It was like the last year of I believe it was the last year of Klopp's run. We saw a lot of different situations starting to, a lot of different situations in the sense of like the talk started to arise about should he even be taking our pens, considering he was missing them in some very, very important moments, by the way, too. Dropping points that would have actually helped us prevail into, rather than going into Europa, would have actually helped us prevail in going into Champions League, which would have been certainly a better situation for us. But all the same, my choice is Alexi McAllister. I think that's where the conversation is going to start. I see some of you have some different ideas as to who should be taking our pens. But I honestly think that McAllister is our best penalty taker on our team. I know he missed on Sunday. I know that's going to be thrown at me to say something about, he's not this or he's not that. But I know that we definitely need to recognize the fact that sometimes with goal scorers, sometimes when you get, I know, Ross Malay is he's just trying to stir you up, guys. He's just trying to stir up the pot. That's all good. But I know, yes, he missed his penalty in the Community Shield, but a low drive, well read by Dean Henderson. He made an excellent save. Sometimes keepers can just make excellent saves against the best penalty kickers. But honestly, I think that the miss contributed to our loss. Let's be honest. I get that. But before the knives come out, let's add some context here. This is a player who's just come back from an injury layoff. He missed the tail end of last season, eased himself back in during preseason, only got 19 minutes at Wembley. Before the shootout, the easy reaction is to say he shouldn't even been on. He shouldn't even been on for penalties. And no, he's not someone that you would want to see as a option to be our penalty taker. I think why I'm saying he could and should is because you have to look at someone that's going to be available on the pitch for the majority of the time. So obviously Salah is pretty much is always a starter and is always going to be pretty much from start to finish. He is probably going to be on the pitch. The same could be said about Maka. And I think that I easily think that Maka does have the ability to step up. He's obviously Brighton's penalty kick taker. But I'm saying why? Why not? Because this is a player of a World Cup winner's mentality. He's technically gifted, mentally strong. We need more players like this. And it could be something of a weight lifted off of Salah's shoulders. I know, though, from what you guys said in the chat, that yes, he is most likely going to not be happy with that. If Arnie were to say, "Hey, we're going to give the responsibilities to these responsibilities to Maka," I don't think he's going to do that. But I do think that there could be a conversation at least for it. Okay, and I think there could be a conversation. I mean, I think the reason why I know the pushback against me was like, oh, well, Maka missed and Salah missed, but so did Maka. I get it. Maka's shot was saved. Salah missed. There's a big difference in a game where he had plenty of time to warm up, where he went missing. And then for him to miss the goal is unlikely what you're expecting to see from your penalty kick taker. That's all I'm trying to get across. So yeah. Let's take this comment down here. There's no need for that. I know that we're going to get into the whole situation with our center halves. Don't worry. That is pretty much actually the main topic that I have on here ready and waiting for us. But I'd like to know, I saw in the chat, would you guys feel more comfortable with Dom taking the penalties than maybe even Maka or Salah? I don't have a poll to take, but I was looking at it. Big up Redbird, by the way. Let's see. I'm looking at some of your comments here. Spurs always look much better. They low-key cooking. I agree. Spurs are starting to really, really put together a good team for Thomas Frank. Talks between Liverpool and Crystal Palace ongoing for Mark Gahey. with Palace aware that the player wants to join the Prem champs? Definitely. But what I was talking about, the subject I'm talking about, Dom's got a better pen than Mo. Szoboszlai barely misses, and and he's not a Szoboszlai fan. You know what's unique about Dom's penalty kicks is that he pretty much goes to the same side every time. It's just that he hits it with such pace and accuracy that it's nearly impossible to get to it before he kicks it, or you got to leave the line early or something like that just to try to get to that spot. But I think Dom is a shout. Dom is definitely a shout. If Dustin says if he's the manager, he's lowering Salah's player power from 50 to 30 this season. I got you. Let's see. See what else I have on here. Honesty says either Mac or someone, but wait, either Mac, or I think he means Szoboszlai maybe because it says some, but either Mac or someone else. But he's very good on pens. Let's see what else. Let's see. Ross is saying Salah will stay on pens. Okay. Let's see what else we have. There hasn't been any. I know that the one thing about the Guéhi thing, because I know Eze is starting to get closer to being completed too. Look, Mark Guéhi is certainly going to do something when it comes to trying to figure out. But even if Mark Guéhi wasn't to leave, we'll talk about that. Okay? We'll talk about that. Just get at least see, and it's what's interesting about it. I have some. I'll bring up these points in a second. Give me a moment just to get through my opening segment here about pens, because we will talk about it. I don't see what Ross is trying to say, but I do see Fabrizio's comment, and I do see Sky Sports comment. So I'll bring them up in a second because we are going to go into the center half discussion. Dom got a great pen record, only missed like twice, Honesty is saying. Bonker says Macca should be on pens. I noticed that one thing that I really didn't notice, other than I get Ross said that Salah will stay on pens. That's maybe just saying what he thinks is going to happen. I still haven't really seen many people on here to really like calling out or really defending Mo on staying with the pens. It's very interesting. Yeah. He does have a really good penalty rate. He says 90% of his penalties. He makes 90% of his penalties. I know Macca has a good percentage too. I know Macca took a lot of pens for Brighton whenever a case stepped up. I guess what it would be is that, like, would you move on? How about would you tell me would you opt to see Salah be replaced on pens, or is it that you think you can say yes, I think Salah should step down and allow for Macca to step up, or maybe Dom to step up, whoever you think of, okay. But or do you think this is just a and don't it's not like this is saying that the player's bad or the player's done or whatever. It's none of that stuff. It's more like saying, do you think that we should go a different direction, a different route with our penalties? And because they are important. Sometimes they can make or break you in a game. So with that said, would you say yes, Salah should stay on pens, or you say no, Salah should be taken off pens. Put it that way. Just tell me, just say a Y or an N, or say yes or no. Say yes, Salah should stay on pens, or no, he should. We should find a replacement for Salah and allow for that pressure in that moment to be given to someone else. And I get it's what Slot thinks that matters. I'm not saying we're all doing our own personal opinions. That's all. It's not necessarily saying that, Slot's going to look at our broadcasts and wait to hear what the result the poll is. But yes, I just wondering if you think if it's maybe that time. I thought it was 2 years ago. I thought that he should have possibly been taken down from pens. And I know he will stay on for pens. But we're just talking amongst Reds here. That's all. We're just talking amongst Reds. I don't know if Wirtz was on pens for Leverkusen, to be honest with you. I'd have to look that up. I can find that out. I don't know if he did. Let me find out real quick. Yes, he was apparently. Tyler saying no, Wirtz wasn't on pens. He's taken some pens, but he's not necessarily their he did take there were other people that took pens apparently. Boniface, I think Boniface was their main penalty kick taker. Hylor can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But all right, let's just get into it since we're all talking about, Victor Boniface, he was often the first choice and converted several penalties. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's their striker. And that's the thing. Normally you want your striker to get the pens because you want your striker to have the confidence. I know that goes against what I was saying by having Maka or even Dominic be the player. But, I mean, realistically, I guess unless, if we were to get Isak, does that then become the opportunity to say, hey, Salah, we're going to have Isak start taking our pens? That would be an interesting question. It would be a very interesting question. But all right, we'll get into this. The trouble with our defense. Let's just get into this right now. Now, he did have a lot of injuries, by the way. Yeah, he did. This is a little bit more concerning. I know that a lot of us are saying, "Oh, who cares? It was a preseason matchup." Even though it was for the Community Shield, it was a glorified preseason exhibition. However, this is a problem. Our defensive shape, or should I say lack thereof, has been an issue all preseason. I would say Virgil van Dijk, our captain, had a rough game. But that was all those saying that he was someone that got to basically be rushed back from being ill. I know that he had had something like he'd been resting for like 5 some odd days or something like that before this game, just to try to get up enough strength because he was ill with the sickness, and that was with some illness. And there was certainly a hot sweltering day for him to be running around. And you know how it is. You already have a fever, much less you want to be out in that heat and running and trying to contend with everything else. But there were other places and times where like he looked maybe a step off or this or that, and that's probably because of the illness. But gave away the penalty for Palace's equalizer, then misjudged the line, trying to catch Sarr offside for the second. Those are all issues, and those are the ones the captain takes on. As being the captain, he has to take responsibility for them. But I get it, coming back from illness, yes, he's still building fitness, but this has to be a one-off occasion. We have Friday coming up. Hopefully he can take that time to recover completely. That's going to be very interesting. I'll star your comment there. Honestly, I got you. But we've seen it this summer. 4 goals conceded to against AC Milan, or 1 to Yokohama, 2 to Athletic Club. And that was with a close to strongest 11 out there. Slot's high line system is aggressive. Obviously, it's something that we're used to. I don't know if, and you can tell me your opinions. I don't know if it's as aggressive as Klopp's high line was, because often, with the high line that Klopp usually ran with, we could get sometimes caught out, and that was sometimes an Achilles heel for us. But when you do play a high line, it only works when your defenders are razor sharp and in their timing, fully fit, obviously, because there's going to be a lot weighing on their shoulders, as they are the last line of defense, and they're holding such a high line that they're going to be providing plenty of real estate for those attackers to run into. So right now, the chemistry is not exactly where we'd like to see it. I think we can all agree on that, and that's dangerous considering we have Bournemouth coming up. I understand that's at Anfield, which is certainly a boost to our efforts. However, it all comes down to how to get the job done on the pitch. So I know I've heard our captain basically hint at what he wants. He's hinted at the fact that he wants a new forward, because let's be honest, he made the reference that we've lost our attack by obviously the tragedy with Jota, and obviously the departure of Nunez. There's another glaring need. A center half is who can rotate in who we can rotate into our team is a massive drop off. Like, let's be honest too. When we went into that Sunday matchup, we had no center halves on our bench. That's an issue. If we're not playing, or if a player's not playing well, Virgil, obviously you want your captain to make it from the start to the finish. But if Virgil's not having a game, maybe he is a little bit off step, or maybe there's something like, he's given his all and he's just running on fumes. We should have someone on the bench that's able to replace him. And that's just to get the job done, get us over the line. That's all I'm trying to get across. And now that we lost Joel Kwanzaa, the Leverkusen, obviously there's no Joel Matip's not walking through those doors, people. Reece Williams is not necessarily a lot of our idea of being coverage. The depth chart is pretty paper thin if you look at it, with Konate having a somewhat checkered past when it comes to his injury record. The market's open for less than 3 weeks, and if Hughes and Slaughter are serious about defending this title, this is the position we have to fix even before we get a forward in, because that is our next biggest thing that we have to fix. Yes, oh gosh. I only wish, brother. Honestly, I only wish. I'm sorry. I do try to look at the comments as they come in as best I can. Sometimes I'm just focused on the screen, but I can only wish. I have not heard that rumor, by the way. But yeah, I know. Reece Williams. You guys, it's R-H-Y-S, I think is how you spell his name. Put some respect on Reece. Him and Kabak and Natty Phillips were the reason why we squeaked out getting Champions League. Trust me. Without them playing their butts off, playing to an excelled level, we would have definitely been – we might not have even made Europa that year if we had to continue to play midfielders as center halves. But I'll say, is Liverpool's defensive weaknesses more down to individual mistakes from our senior players, or is it just a structural issue in Arne Slot's high-line system? That's a real question to be asked and answered, I guess. There's times when I see, like, the difference with this team is that we're certainly a high-powered, high-octane engined team that's going to push for offense. But yet at times, too, it seems like when we do get to, if not 3, but normally 2 goals, our coach is already downshifting a little bit and preparing just to hold on to a two-goal lead or something along those lines. It is a real honest question, though, to be made. Do we have a defensive weakness in our defensive pair, or is it that they now are going to be steeped with a lot of not only responsibility that we all know, but is it going to be more of like, are they going to be able to handle the rigors of, an entire four tournament or four campaigns within one, in essence? I don't know if they can. We have to have rotation this year. We have to. Our good friend and family member of the channel, Nalante, stresses that often. I mean, he was stressing that even before that. Big up, Lee. I don't know if Lee's going to join us or not. I don't know why he would say bye instead of hi, but but all the same. But it's a big question, big question, and I don't know if the reported player that's going to be coming in, which is Leoni. Before apparently we've reached an agreement with Leoni before Gehi. Leoni's a prospect. Leoni is a prospect, and that's where we have to understand is the situation with him. I'll bring in Lee. Big up, Lee. How are you?
Sounds. I just put a message in the chat. Bye, folks. I thought I was still at Brian's stream on my phone. Saying
I got you.
Might look a bit weird, but yeah, I'm good, mate. Sounds really good.
Good stuff. Yeah. I guess before we even get into the center halves, because I'm going to break down. I did like research on the scouting reports and what the experts have to say about these players. And I'm going to introduce 3 players to this fold, not just 2, 3 players, I believe, that are realistically. I think we should not only go for 2 center halves. I think we should go for 3 center halves. I'll be as bold as to say that. But I'll give you a quick transfer window wrap up. All right. So if you're keeping score at home, Liverpool's summer has been one of the busiest in recent memories. We've got Frimpong, Wirtz, Kirkez, Pesci, Marmardashvili, Ekitike, plus some youth signings. Obviously, we brought Will in as a signing as well. Double W. That's what I'm calling them, right? Double W. So, but the outgoings have been just as dramatic. We've had Diaz to Bayern Munich. We've had Kwanzaa to Bayern Leverkusen. We've had Nunez off to Al Hilal. We've had Trent, obviously, just stroll his way to Madrid. We've had Kelleher go to Brentford. I mean, if you really think about it, you can say what you want about Kwanzaa, but that's 4 big names from our team that have left. Whether you like Nunez or not, or whether you're a Diaz fan or not, or whether you respect the fill-in substitute fill-in job that Kelleher provided for us, I still think that all 4 of those players were, obviously Trent, were influential in our winning the title last year. And then Kwanzaa, unfortunately, didn't have the opportunities from this coach. He got shut down after that first game and then struggled to find his way back into the graces of our coach. And next thing you know, he's off to Germany. But there's still an open flirtation with, obviously, Alexander Isak, although Newcastle's 150 million posturing, has cool things, and it rightfully should. I don't think there's any way or any reason why we should pay $150 million for Isak. Harvey Elliott's future is still, I think, a very, very important live topic. We've got he's a player that could go for anywhere from 45 maybe to 50 million. I think he should go for 50 million. He's young, he's talented, and he has ability to play multiple roles in the midfield, just not the 10 role. We've got a surplus at left back now, which could be seen because we got Robbo, we've got Tsimikas, obviously we've got the new addition of Kirkes. Plus there's the potential for Chiesa to return to Italy, despite some reports saying that he's going to stay. So some young players heading out on loan, that's what we're going to see happen. This is the balance point in the window. We've strengthened in key areas, but we still have, I think, one, if not, I would honestly say two areas that we need to fill some real reserves in. But I'll ask this of Lee. Out of all Liverpool's signings so far, which one do you think will have the biggest impact on our season coming up?
Possibly Wirtz.
You think Wirtz? Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I think he'd be the choice for me to see how he settles, because it's obviously a very important position. But the other ones are in which we brought new players in. It's all important. I will probably pick him out of all the others, though.
Okay. I know that for some, I honestly, if you're going to say out of all of our additions, obviously this isn't including our potential additions. So I'm not going to say Isak, or I'm not going to talk about Guéhi. But from all the actual players that have come in to the team, I would go as far as to say that I believe that Frimpong is going to have the biggest impact on our team. And why I think Frimpong might, out of our, and that's just me, maybe I need to do a little bit more, obvious perception and everything, and really think about it maybe deeper. I'm sure people are going to tell me, and how could you not say Wirtz? Not saying that Wirtz isn't or couldn't be the potential, light bringer for our team. But why I'm saying Frimpong is because of this. A, Connor Bradley and the fragility that we've seen with him staying fit is an issue. So we're most likely going to see Frimpong start. A good majority of our production or our offensive creativity and creation came from our right wing, came from our right wing back, or came from our right back in Trent. Now I get people are going to push back and say that's going to come from Wirtz now, and that very well could be the case. However, I still think that what we're going to see is Frimpong certainly having an additional twist to our offensive thrust. And why I think he's going to be possibly the most impactful, and this is just why I think this, is because this is an AFCON year. And we're going to have to find either, unless Rodrigo walks through that door, chances are, and especially unless we keep Ben Doak and actually implement him into the team, we're going to have to find someone to rely on as our right wing. And I believe that Frimpong is going to be that option for us. I see some are going with Ekitike as being, I saw that real quick. Where did I see that?
Yeah, I've got a lot of hope after the Charity Shield for both Ekitike and Frimpong. It was brilliant to have two of the new signings as our scorers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt as well, Frimpong, with his goal, because that unconvinced shit stain they had commentating on it wasn't, he wasn't feeling it. He was saying, I don't think he meant that. No, mate, he meant that.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not, and trust, I'm not even that big on trying to bring Rodrigo in, to be honest with you. I'd rather see Barcola be the option that we went with. I know that's probably even that's maybe even less of a reality than Rodrigo is. But I don't see as for the price that they're asking, if they're asking 86 million pounds, 100 million euros, I'm not really moved to say I would go for Rodrigo. I don't know what the price would be to get Barcola out of PSG. I don't even think Barcola is necessarily, interested or angry at being at PSG. I mean, how could you? You had a great club, and you're in France, and you're in Paris, of all places, too. But do you see what I'm saying? Could you at least see my angle on that, Lee, by me saying that with Frimpong?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think we have got a great season in store. Like, and the two new signings of fullback will be a big part of it. And I think his offensive gifts, like, getting past people, getting to the byline, are going to be really, really important for us this season. You could just see that what he put up, where in the net, even if he didn't mean that, you can see him doing that this season, getting to the byline and floating one over the keeper, say, to Gakpo at the back post, or to Ekitike at the back post. You can see that happening, like, in my mind. And I think it's going to be really good, and he will be very important for us this season, I think.
Certainly so. Trying to get this done. Don't see it in here. I was trying to bring up something that I had on my phone for you guys. Oh man. So I totally forgot about that game, by the way, that game is on. That Spurs match for the Super Cup. Right?
Yeah, the Super Cup tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any score?
2-0. That's what people are saying. I'm trying to find it on here. I'm looking for a score for update you guys as well on that one. Yeah, it's 2-0.
2-0 Spurs. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who'd have thunk it? Pulling a
I
Chelsea
did, unfortunately.
on PSG.
I did think that I did have. I thought Spurs would upset PSG. Unfortunately, I did not put anything on the wager.
I like it because I quite like Spurs. Always did as a kid, because they were, in those days, they were London's glamour team, and they had like skillful players, and that much more so than Arsenal. And Chelsea weren't even a thing when I was a kid. Really, like as a good team, but they really were, and I'm glad for them. Yeah, I've always had that sort of soft spot for them. If there's any club in the Premier League that I have a little soft spot for, that it obviously isn't Liverpool, then it's Tottenham. So I'm pleased for them to get more silverware. Very pleased.
Yeah, we have. I totally spaced on that game being today, and I didn't put any type of coinage down on it, but that's a shame because they're up 2-0 right now. Now it is Spurs, so that doesn't necessarily guarantee anything when it comes to it. But I mean, but it was something of a case where, like, I had a feeling that Spurs would. I had a feeling that PSG would overlook Spurs. I think, especially from the absolute drubbing that PSG got from Chelsea. I just think that PSG is still not recognizing the fact that this isn't, that just because you won the Champions League, teams are now going to look at these games against you as even more intensity or more insight to bring something.
They got to live with that, haven't they?
They're up 2-0. They're in the second half, and they're up 2-0 against
Who
against.
scored, bro?
Huh?
Who scored for Tottenham?
Let me give you.
I bet Kudus.
I hope Solanke's got one.
Hi, Lee. I hope you're cool, man.
Yes, sound, Jay. Sound I again.
Sorted, bro.
1 second. Let me see.
Oh, Van der Ven and Romero. Oh, okay. Is it?
And Romero, yeah, Van der Ven and Romero.
Bloody hell, 2 centre backs, eh?
Yep, set piece FC. There you go.
Set piece SCG, yeah, nice one. But I like Thomas Frank. Even the time when Klopp said he was leaving, I didn't say I wanted Frank to be the #1 Liverpool manager or whatever. I said I like this guy, and he could do a job at Liverpool. Thomas Frank. I think he's got the personality that would suit Liverpool. You know what I mean?
I wonder what Jacob is doing right now.
He's probably running
I don't
around
think he
naked.
does. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. Jacob is United Spurs of America, and he's a friend or acquaintance, I guess you could say more so, because we've only been on a couple different shows together. But he is someone that really doesn't like Thomas Frank and really wasn't happy with the with it at all. Yeah, it is 2-0 right now. It is 2-0 right now. I don't want to say it's over in any ways or form about it though. Still, oh man, I had to keep up with my with the game. So many fast. I guess maybe because it wasn't still, even though it is the Super Cup, I still wasn't that sitting watching that Spurs supporter. So it wasn't really on my radar.
It's a good trophy.
It's a huge trophy, I think.
To win it is a good sort of title to have. Super Cup winners, you're winners of the Europe in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to think of it. Like, some people might say, well, it's only a one-off game, or they'd even look at it as being a glorified exhibition game in itself as well, considering that there's no lead into it. There's no like tournament or something that you have to go through to get there, other than the fact that you do have to be the champion of Europa or the champion of Champions League. And it is a big, big accomplishment, especially if you are the Europa champion. If you can beat the Champions League winner, it says that, hey, you know what? Maybe if you had the ability to play, then maybe the circumstances would have been different. Put a little bit more respect on Europa, I guess. I was going to get into this, so let me give you a quick rundown on the 3 players that I'm talking about. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this up. So this is, make sure that it is. Okay, stop picking off. We've narrowed down to basically 3 center back targets Liverpool could realistically bring in before the deadline day, and each one comes with a different profile, price point, and obviously risk factor involved with them. First up is Abdelhamid Aït Boudlal. I might have messed up his last name. My apologies if I did.
Yeah, I think it's Boudlal.
Boudlal.
I wasn't sure, but Max sorted that out for us.
Okay.
Yeah, but ain't that the player that you talked about back in the days, Lee? Remember?
Yeah, this was about a couple of months ago. We were linked with him. Yeah, Abdelhamid.
Yeah, that's him then, yeah?
This boy.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It's the guy.
This is the guy.
That's the
guy. So he's tall, physical, natural leader at just 19, by the way, and already shown some good passing skills, some good passing instincts, I should say, from the back. The raw tools are there. He's 6'3" when I say he's tall, strong in the air, reads danger very well. But let's be honest, he's untested at the elite level. He's had League 2 minutes on loan at Amiens. But going from that to handling maybe like a Saka or Erling Haaland or something like that is that's That's a leap. You know, if we take him, it's a developmental signing, not a plug and play starter. All right. Well, then, if not him, I'll move. There is another player, but I was going to go into second, but I'll leave him for last since he's got the Bamba attached to his name. So I'm going to make this bigger too. If not that player, if not Abdelhamid, then you have Mark Guéhi. He is definitely ready-made, Premier League proven, as a lot of people like to say. As the Palace captain, England international, composed on the ball, excellent in ground duels and tactically disciplined. His only real knock against him is aerial dominance. He's not that sufficient in aerial duels. So we're not going to be seeing the commanding, air commanders that we see in Virgil or Konate. But in every other aspect, he's proven at the level we need. He's also entering the final year of his contract, which makes the deal more realistic, you would think, if we move now. And what I will say about that, I'm not going to show the things, but did I just mess that up? I did. Oh, there it is. But Sky Sports is reporting Mark Guéhi is likely to stay at Crystal Palace and leave on a free transfer next summer. Liverpool have held talks about signing Guéhi, but at the moment, there is a gap in valuation. That's being said by Sky Sports. But at the very same time, breaking, Fabrizio Romano says, Mark Guéhi to Liverpool, here we go. 40 million says plans from July are confirmed as is all agreed between the clubs. 40 million transfer free long-term deal, and Mark Guéhi is set for a medical in the upcoming days. Mark Guéhi to Liverpool, never in doubt. Okay. Another report, talks between Liverpool and Crystal Palace are ongoing. Crystal Palace aware that the player wants to join the team. I don't know who you want. It's a matter of who you want to trust when it comes to some of these rumors. But Mark Guéhi is a very, very important target for us, and he's a very talented player. If we were to get him this under this break or this transfer window, fantastic. If we're not, guess what? I'm not that much bothered about it. I think then we keep it moving and we look to bring him in either the January window maybe or even the summer window. And I think that's something that Crystal Palace will regret, because Crystal Palace can't, if a player wants to leave and he's trying to do you the solid, at least getting you some money, do that now and do that then. He's not going to get you anything by walking out the door for free, and he is one of your most valued assets. This next player, though, this is where the Bomba's coming from. So you've got Giovanni Leoni. Here's he's your modern day center back profile in that he's extremely tall. I've seen 6'6". I've also seen 6'5" in his profile. He's mobile, dominant in duels, obviously. You would hope, being that tall, comfortable with both feet. He's got Serie A experience with Parma, can slot in as a center back and most notably as a right back if necessary. His aerial duel numbers are just blow Kwanzaa's numbers out of the water. I'll show you that too. Let me show you that as well. I mean, for those that are saying that, oh, is he going to be a replacement for Kwanzaa? But he's still raw in terms of progressive passing volume or his intelligence, his football IQ. Is it at the level that we need it at? Because we're going to be requiring him to take on some very important shoes to fill. Under slot, maybe we're looking at someone that could be the long-term Van Dijk successor, and that would be immense. He idolizes Van Dijk already. It would be immense to see that happen. But if you could sign one player before the window closes, who would you take and why? And I'm going to ask that to JK, and then I'll ask that to Lee.
Well, for me, it has to be a centre back. Even though I love to have Isak, don't get me wrong, but Bastoni from Inter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know he's your cup of tea and that. He would be the guy probably. Yeah.
Who would be yours, Lee? Oh, make sure Lee is available, actually, because I see he's on mute. Okay, he's going to be back in 1 second.
Cool.
Why would you make that suggestion, or why would you make that choice?
Yeah, because Liverpool always score goals. I said that the other day, where Liverpool always score goals. It don't matter who it is, we're scoring. But it seems like since we've won the league, we just keep on conceding goals, bro. You know, and for me, I love going into a new season, with clean sheets. You know, first 3 games, clean sheet. That's a good foundation to get that winning mentality in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And as I said on Brian's show earlier, like a lot of people are happy with the transfer window so far, and I'm like, yo, I'm not really happy. And it was like, yeah, K-Mac, I can't hear that. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, think about it. I never really say, imagine he gets injured, because I don't like putting that in the air, you know. But 1 or 2 injuries, centre back, centre forward, we've got no one. We've got Joe Gomez and Williams maybe, or Orlando or Gravenberch playing centre back, bro. So hence why, for me, it isn't a top window. It is if we get these 2 lads centre back wise in, plus an Isak. If we get that, for me, that's the top window. I can't argue with no one about that. But we're still not there yet. We've spent 93 million euros. You know, we've let go a lot of people. Our squad isn't great, in my opinion. The worst was the Christmas. So the worst deal for me was the marquee signing that we Liverpool fans deserve for 15 years. You know, actually, I wouldn't say 15, since the Van Dijk Alisson signing, say. So that was like a long time coming. 6 windows, never spent nothing bar a 10 million Chiesa. That's it. So I'm not singing and jumping up and down about this transfer window yet. We're 4 players short of that. White, Diaz, Kwanzaa, Trent, Darwin, bang, gone. You know, so this window will be great when we wrap up another 2-3 players. And they seem to be lining up anyway. The 2 centre-backs and Isak. Get them 3 in. Definitely a top window.
Okay. There's still time on this window to obviously be completed. I can understand some of your trepidation towards, really giving the thumbs up approval on the window, considering that we've given up a lot of talent and we still have to replace that talent. That's the key part and point. But I do have some faith. What was kind of a situation with it is, I guess you could say, is more so with the level of players that we have brought in have been exceptional. So I know that we definitely need to fill certain roles on the club. I've been saying center half from the very gate, with the uncertainty and Konate even remotely hinting. Like, I was like, read the room, bro. Like, this is not the time to hint that you're going to go on a free to Real Madrid. But with the fact that he could leave next year, The uncertainty of that, the uncertainty of Kwanzaa leaving, now the uncertainty of having center half coverage. Joe Gomez, the Achilles injury, once again on the mend. You know, there were a lot of issues with the center half role that we needed to figure out. You even go as far as to think about the fact that we had the unfortunate passing of Jota, and then we also had the sale of Nunez. Those were basically our only two legitimate strikers on this team. So,
hence why I think Isak will happen, because of the numbers we've got up top now. We've got Gakpo, Salah, Ekitike, and maybe Chiesa if you want to add him to that. But that's what we've got up top now, bro. No winger. So for me, the Isak one's going to happen, because Darwin wouldn't have left, in my opinion, if that wasn't getting wrapped up. So I think we're going to get Isak. I think we're going to get that wrapped up. And these two lads, the centre-backs, let's get the season started, you know. I just feel like we're a little bit short, you know. And until these three guys are wrapped up, I'm not going to say nothing, you know.
Okay.
Brian loves that kit, the Parma kit, the black and white one. He proper loves it. If he wants a birthday present, we know what to get him, a Parma kit. He loves it. It is nice though. I like it's a nice sort of design.
Just to echo what JK said, that the window isn't complete. And, you know, if we get these two centre-backs, that goes a long way towards it. But we all want Isak now because of the way it's gone down and the way things are. That would make me completely satisfied. I feel there was something missing still if we were able to get Isak. But if we bring the two centre-backs in, that makes it a lot more complete, because that refreshes that area of the team that hasn't really had a refreshing for a while. So, yeah, then I'll look at it as a really good window. You know, regardless of whether we sign Isak, but I will still be disappointed if we don't sign Isak. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. Let me see if I can't bring in some of this stuff too. I know that we do have a here we go when it comes to, let me bring up Fabrizio's. We do have a here we go when it comes to Fabrizio Romano, when it comes to Giovanni Leoni. I'm going to bring up this image for you guys in 1 second. Find where I put it. And it's saying Giovanni Leoni to Liverpool. Here we go. Deal agreed with Parma for Italian 18-year-old center back. No loan, never discussed. Leoni joins LFC now as part of Arne Slot's plans. Fee is going to be around 35 million with a 35 million euros, that is, with a sell-on clause. No convincing ever needed, as Leoni wanted only Liverpool, despite what people might have heard, being that he was interested in some other clubs out there. Looks like we have one of our backs in camp, or about to be in camp, I should say. I'll bring up this episode, and this is how you can see it. Fabrizio making that known. How do you feel about this signing?
I'm ecstatic about it, because by all accounts, we have to go by like the accounts of what we've heard and see what we've seen in videos of him, and it sounds like it would be a really good signing. It remains to be seen how well he settles, etc. But we know he's got what's needed, and hopefully he'll be a long-term replacement for Virgil. You know, as
I'm
like
not even
the
saying that.
defender in our side, like, because Virgil's got 2 years and he'll only be 20 then. If he's only 18 now, he'll only be 20 in 2 years' time. So he'll still be a young centre back, but he'll have had 2 years of experience with us and 2 years of playing, probably with and in place of Virgil at times.
Well, for me, bro, I'm not going to say a long-term replacement for Virgil. I'm never going to put that on no one's shoulders. For me, this lad's going to come in and be used
Don't really
in a
need
way.
him being as good as him, just in the sense that, like, he will be probably that dominant centre half of, you know, of the two, like, that we'd have. If Virgil does leave after 2 years, I'm hoping that he's got another year in him once his 2-year contract comes to an end. But that's for another time, really. I'm just seeing him hopefully as a successor to
I
him
see
in the long term.
For me, he's just like a guy coming in where the numbers at the back are really bad. Like we've got two guys with the Joe Gomez, and that's not great. So this lad coming in for me has made me a lot more happier than it did yesterday when we needed these two guys. So him and Gay would, for me, take a lot of pressure off the team. You know, because for me, we need a defense, bro. We got the fullback sorted. In that way, we're sorted. We've got 3 bloody left backs. Right backs, Bradley, so the right back situation, it could be here or there, but centre backs wise, this lad coming in sorted, and then we don't even know much about this lad. We've seen a few videos and that, but that's the way football is nowadays. You know what I mean? We're sort of desperate, so this guy coming in and Key, much better, you know.
I wonder what is that about? Let's see something about Donnarumma's agent Enzo is Raiola is saying we will consider solutions now. Maybe in Premier League there will be clubs able to pay what's needed. PSG are asking for big money. They talk about respect, but it's only about the money. That's what Donnarumma's agent is saying. We are shocked by PSG. There's zero respect by the club. After 4 years together, we will consider the situation also with our legal team. Donnarumma was even ready to reduce his salary, but PSG changed the conditions again. Well, that's probably why you don't see him starting. Yeah. He wrote I guess he is out. I guess Donnarumma is out.
Yeah, he's out.
That's why you're not seeing him in this game.
Yeah.
I don't think that goalkeeper is bad, by the way. I know people are saying that he's garbage, but
no, I reckon, bro. Like that season proved a lot to me.
Showed it last season that he could be a good keeper, didn't he? People had their doubts about him, but I think he really proved himself last season.
I'm talking about Donnarumma. I'm not talking about Donnarumma. I was talking I'm talking about the ones that are playing right now in this game. Lucas Chevalier. Chevalier. Oh no, I gotta get that. I gotta get my accent. I gotta get my French down better. Chevalier is I think he's a decent keeper. I think he's a decent keeper. Decent backup at least, or prospect to become a big name keeper. Vicario can be good too, like on occasions. He kept Spurs involved in a lot of different matches last year. But everyone's to each their own. I'm not saying you're wrong and that people are wrong in their evaluations. I'm just saying I don't think that he's that bad. Yeah, so with this, here we go. 1 down, 2 to go. Is that how we're looking at it? But there are 2 big names still left on this list. They're obviously our top center half choice and our top striker choice are still yet to come off of the books. By the way, that game is still 2-0 Tottenham in the now 77th minute of the game. They're at 77 minutes into the game. Rio makes 5. Slot said he needs 6. Why won't you believe what the manager says himself? Rio will not be impeded. We need 6, not 5. Okay. I think we might keep. I think we might keep Chiesa. To be honest with you, I think we might keep Chiesa.
What's he gonna do, bro? He ain't gonna get no game time. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't
I
get
mean,
no.
it doesn't look good.
What you say,
Apparently,
Lee?
apparently he's been suffering from insomnia, hasn't he? Why is it or something like? I don't know if that's a condition that haunts him wherever he goes, but
Really?
yeah, I heard that last season. Yeah, there was sort of someone's like it came from somewhere. It seemed to come from an official source because it's not a joke, actually, is it? It's a horrible thing. You can't sleep. But
Yeah, he looks like he sometimes just got out of bed. You know what I mean? He looked like that. Like he ain't slept. He's been on a bender for 3 days.
Has he been hanging out with this individual? This guy?
oh my word! What is that hair?
I know. It's a mock-up. It's not. This is obviously
That's
all
that guy
out
with the
of
funny
him.
haircut, isn't it?
Yeah,
What's
it's the
he
guy
called?
with where he looks like he's got the bowl cut like this, and then he's dancing at some house music, or festival or whatever, and he pulls his hair back, and he's bald on the top. He just had his hair on top of his head, making it look like this. This is obviously someone's funny take on our rivals' potential new player.
My word, that's funny. That leave that there as long as you can. That's a work of art. That is a work of art.
Grealish, yeah, wicked.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it is a case where it might be seen. I guess you could see that we're definitely we're definitely at a spot where this is now going to be important because we had to get this Leoni deal settled now because to register him to even be an option for that Bournemouth game. He has to be registered by a certain time or something like that, and especially since it's a Friday game, it makes it a little bit more pressing to get the signature done. I could definitely say that the Isak deal, I wouldn't expect him to be signed and dusted. Not even Gahey be signed and dusted before our first game kickoff.
No.
But all the same, it doesn't mean that they're out of the picture. It could be still happening. You never know. As long as he's not partying with this guy, this individual to my right, or on my left on screen. There are some options. Fofana's an option up front. If we transition to what we got up front, Fofana's an option. That could be Barcola could be an option. I don't know if Barcola's going to. I don't know what's going on with PSG and some of the signings or signings they have for keeping their talent. But I know that some players are, since winning the Champions League, are looking for enhancements to their current wages. 81st minute. Spurs hanging on, but PSG is definitely on the front foot right now, trying to press and get a goal as we speak. Oh, he needs a front ponytail, I know. Oh, man.
Someone did that to my hair and I didn't get it changed immediately by shaving it all off. I think I'd draw the rest of the haircut on with a big black marker. I'd draw the sides and some sideburns on the sides of my head and on the back as well.
Maybe he goes
your head in so it looks like you've got a proper haircut.
Maybe he goes to the same barber that Foden goes to. I don't know. Who knows? But here's a question here. This is one that I wanted to bring up since we're talking about forwards or our forward line. It looks like back there off Despicable Me. I know exactly what you mean, CJ. Little minion. Which club do you think out of these selections, or do you have someone else? You can always bring up another three. Who do you think has the best front three in the Premier League currently? I know some of these players, we're going to have to see what they do together once they get the opportunity to play their first game, maybe even give it 2, 3, 4 games of a run to actually have a consensus of what we can expect or what we should expect from these players. But what is your opinion, Lee?
It has to be our front three. Has to be ours out of them, I think. Given Haaland's season last season.
Where would you do one that just CJ just did, actually? If you're not going to say someone else, rank the top three and tell me.
Yeah, Chelsea with Pedro, Neto, and Palmer.
Okay, tell me your gold, silver, and bronze. So give me a podium of
three. We're getting gold. Chelsea
we'll
gets silver, and City get bronze.
So gold to Liverpool, silver to Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then bronze to City.
Man City.
Okay. And then Arsenal and United get left off of the podium. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for real, yeah. A pair of them get left off, yeah.
Okay. How about for you, JK?
I'm going to say Liverpool first. But I think Chelsea and then United. I think Chelsea's looks sort of tasty. United, much better. Come on. 2 good players from last season, Cunha and Mbovo. And then you got Tesco in the middle. So for me, Liverpool, Chelsea, United.
So Liverpool, Chelsea. You said Liverpool, Chelsea, and United.
Yeah, United third, yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Let me see what everyone else is saying in the chat here. See what the people are saying. CJ had us easily. Arsenal last. But CJ, tell us your list. Tell us your 3. Like, who would make your podium, basically, if you're giving out medals. Trying to see what everyone put there. Trudon said City has the best out of all 3. Interesting. Trudon thinks City. Kevin says Liverpool. Okay, got you, Kevin. This is obviously without any upcoming transfers. Obviously, if we get Isak, this is hands down. To we're gold. We're getting the gold on my podium. But Trudon says, okay, if we do get Isak, he'll put us as the gold winner. He's got City, Liverpool, then Chelsea. Okay. Let's see. Anyone else get any? Red for Life says Liverpool, City, and United. So you have a friend there, JK, and Red for Life. He agrees with you. I was surprised about that. I was surprised. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, the Arsenal one, it's between Arsenal and United. Actually, you know what? It's Martinelli lets that 3 down. He ain't great, bro. The other 2 sound. Kukurez and Saka, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's always 1 out of the 3. Like for us.
Oh, it's 2-1, by the way.
Yeah.
2-1.
Like Mamouche, I don't really think he's great.
My guy, Kang In Lee.
They'll get another one, watch. They'll get another one.
Probably so.
How long's left?
But there's only 5 minutes left. At least 5 minutes. I don't know how much extra time they're going to put on this, but they're in.
Oh, about 5.
Well, no, maybe even less. There's they're in the 86. They're in the 87th minute technically, because it's 86 minutes and 20 seconds gone. Yeah, Kang In Lee was a substitute. Came off the bench and scored. That's my guy. You can ask anyone. I definitely, yeah, my G2, Dustin, my G2. I like Lee. He is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the when they speak on him. He's supposed to be the heir apparent to the best South Korean player. He's supposed to be like the next son. I know you hate hearing that kind of stuff, but, but that's what it's supposed to be. That's what he's supposed to be at least.
Hopefully he's not a cloud then. If he's the son.
No, I was hopeful that we could have. He wasn't even that expensive of a transfer, I don't think.
Bro, what happened to that lad? The other Asian lad who played
Kubo.
What? No one talked about him, bro. What's happening with him? He was great.
Well, because that Real Sociedad.
Okay. Like no one's mentioned him. Get him in or whatever, you know. So
I rate Kubo.
Yeah, what I've seen of him, sound.
Yeah, and the difference between Kubo and Kangin Lee is that Kubo or Kangin Lee was playing in Spain. He played for Mallorca, right?
Menorca.
Right? And then got a transfer, but his transfer was like less than, I think it's like around 20 million, I think, or something like that. It's not bad for a player, obviously getting minutes with PSG. He started some games, comes, is a bona fide, player that they rely on off the bench. Promising the sun, moon, and Kang, definitely. He's a great presser as well. He's a good player. I like him. He's a good player.
Oh, Lee, I didn't know Lee was that good.
Yeah.
I was like, Lee's a great presser. Okay.
Yeah, Lee is fantastic.
I thought it was like you, bro. He's talking about the ironing. He's a great presser.
That's I did. Oh wait, I didn't bring up. Let me bring up. I know that Red Armchair supporter said his is Liverpool, City, and then we got three people that have see it your way. Liverpool, City, and Man U. Oh gosh, I hope not. Referlife says United because of Mbeumo and Cunha, not Sesko. Okay.
Them two are going to bring experience in them two, you know what I mean? Cunha and Thingy. But you know what it is with United? They ain't really got on the defence. Defensively, not great.
Oh, sorry.
Golly.
It just bounced into my head looking at those United three. It isn't potentially a bad three, that.
It isn't.
If they get it right with the rest of the team, and that could potentially be a good three.
I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, imagine, I know they don't play a 4-2-3-1, but I mean, if you are able to put Bruno as that like cam in that preferred cam role where he doesn't have to track back as much and play defense, and then you have Cunha on the left and Mbeumo on the right or vice versa, and then you have Sesko up front. That is a menacing front four.
It's much better. Yeah.
It has potential, doesn't it? You'd have to say that for them, that the new front three has potential. I mean, I'm assuming he bought them all because he wants to play them all in a lot of the games. But we'll soon see. Anyway, the season's not far off starting.
And the thing is,
if they got the first silverware in by the sound of it, which I'm happy about. But yeah, it looks like a bad Arsenal's Martinelli, Gyökeres, Saka. Do you think Martinelli will be in it? I
don't think he will be, bro. I think he's great. I think he's lost it.
Well, they've got Madueke already, haven't they?
Yeah, I think it'll be him.
If they get Eze, then he's going to be the odd man out, I think, isn't he?
Like for me, Eze will play that midfield sort of role. The lad they got from Chelsea, I think if Martinelli don't really kick on, he'll get straight in.
I've quite liked Martinelli since he's been here. I think he's decent, and he scores some nice goals. I think he's decent. But
He was at the time Klopp liked him. I just feel the last 2 seasons, not great. Last season, he weren't really... I think he got injured as well. He's just gone downhill, in my opinion.
Do you really
We're in
like
extra
that?
time, too, by the way. Extra time.
2-2, was it?
No, it's 2-1 still.
Oh, injury time.
But we're injury time right now. I think they have like 6 minutes or 8 minutes of extra time.
They're going to do, yeah.
So, I just found it interesting because I guess what you could possibly go is like if you were to just go down like if I was to go down the columns there, I probably would have on the left, I would have Salah, Palmer, and then Marmoush as like the gold, silver, and bronze on that. And then if I was going down the middle column, I would certainly put Haaland as the gold. All those players, I mean, other than João Pedro, all those players are I guess you say uncertified, Premier League certified. So it's like a toss-up as to like what kind of production you can expect out of that. So I would probably put João Pedro as the silver only because of those reasons, because he's not because of those, and then I could see Ekitike being the best out of the three,
Yeah. The way he scored his goal, beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Spurs are just like Spurs, by the way.
Dude, I knew. I told you, bro.
Oh my god!
I said it. I said they'll get another one.
So Spursy. Oh, you have you're basically like next to the trophy. You're like this to the trophy. And then next thing you know, what do? You bottle it. Oh my goodness. 2-2. Ramos is the goal scorer for PSG. Ramos. Wow. They literally had to hold on for 2 more minutes. 2 minutes is all they needed to do. 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. I can only imagine Expressions is probably going wild right now. He's probably losing his. Oh my goodness. Don't want to curse. Wow. And there you have it. Spurs are now in a tie with PSG. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. He is oozing. Yeah, for sure. Spurs are oozing goals, apparently. All right, so then that is the gold and bronze. And then for the right, I love Cody, but I would still put Saka as the gold medal. Who would you have if you were going down the right side? How would you rank those 3? You were just doing the right side, obviously. Lee or JK, you can either one if you can answer.
Gold, Salah.
No, for the right. So you're doing the Cody aisle.
Oh, the Cody aisle. Saka gold.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro Neto second.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's a player, man. I love him. And then Gakpo third.
Wow.
Actually, probably Mbabo third. Actually, yeah.
Okay. How about for you, Lee? If you had to rate just the right side of the column, it's the right column.
The left footers who play on the right, you mean? Right. But how come Mo isn't on
Just
there?
the right column. Just the right column.
Mo and Neto and that are on there. Well, I'd say if it wasn't Mo, I'd go for Saka and then possibly Neto. If Neto's on that side, I don't know. Cole Palmer plays on that side as well. I'd probably go for Saka and then Neto. Then Mbeumo and then Sheikhy. Sheikhy would come behind Mbeumo for me because we haven't seen him yet in the Premier League.
Oh, so you're saying okay. Well, I'm just going down the right side. Okay. Well, then if we're going to do it we're going to play him in natural positions because I understand what you're saying. Salah is on the left on here, even though he plays on the right.
Yeah.
Cody's on the right, even though he plays on the left. So in essence, because they do have everyone else pretty much. Actually, Neto plays on the left too. So
yeah, he comes in on his left foot, doesn't he?
Yeah. So I don't know. I was just going with the columns that they had.
Yeah. With the columns out of that one, I'd go for Saka as the most top. Well, he's the best player, I would say. Like he's the most accomplished player of them lot. Because I'm not picking Cody, obviously. But Neto and Mbeumo too. Sheikhy's got it to prove, hasn't he?
So you don't have Cody making the.
I wasn't counting him because he's our player. To be honest, I was just rating the others. I thought to leave him out.
All right. I guess Cody would have to be rated with Marmoush, Martinelli, Cunha, and
he's better than all of them.
And Pedro Neto. I think that he's better than all of them. Yeah.
I just wanted Pedro Neto at Liverpool. I think he would have been great at Liverpool.
Yeah, everyone liked him, but he's another injury nightmare, isn't he? Like, spent so much time out injured. It's always a shame when it's a player so good, isn't it? It does piss you off, like, in football.
By the way, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm just saying it's sad for players who are that good, like Pedro Neto is, that he's been stifled by injury a lot since he's been here. But he's a cracking player. I do like him. He's very exciting, Pedro Neto, like very exciting player to watch.
This game does not go to extra time in the sense of it doesn't go. When I said extra time, I just meant like beyond the 90th minute. This isn't going to extra periods. They're going to penalties, straight to penalties. By the way, so we're awaiting the penalties.
I hope Spurs haven't blew it. Come on, Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.
I'd like to see Spurs win it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Good.
I want Boris.
You want what? What'd you say?
No, I'm not supporting no English team. They're all fucking annoying.
I got you. Waiting to see what is going to happen. See who's going to be the first penalty kick taker. I wonder if this game is.
Ooh, the suspense is killing me.
I know. We're gonna try to keep stay live so that we can kind of get you an idea. I can watch this game on my thing. I can watch it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it. We are waiting. I'm going to log in because it looks like some sound. All right, people, let's watch this. Let's see what happens.
Who do you reckon is going to win, bro?
I still have Spurs winning.
Okay.
I would like Spurs to win, but I'm worried for them now.
I think
as I said, I have no animosity towards Spurs. If there's any one other Premier League team or English team that I have no animosity towards, and don't mind seeing lift silverware, that a club is Tottenham Hotspur, because they're miles away from us. They've never been like a rival for us at any point in time, apart from making the Champions League final. So we've got nothing against them.
They're walking to the penalty area. The two goalkeepers are being explained the rules, being told to stay on their lines, the whole nine. And PSG looks like Spurs are going to go first.
Mhm.
Yeah, Spurs are going to go first.
Which stadium is this game in, bro?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'd have to look back. Hold on.
Doesn't matter.
Solanke is going to be taking the first penalty for.
No. Okay, let's guess before he takes it. Will he score or not? I think he'll score. No, he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss.
Oh, you might have jinxed him. No, he'll score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind Solanke.
Ooh,
I hope he scores for him.
short run up, and he puts it top right corner.
Nice.
Goalkeeper guessed the right way, by the way, and nearly got a mitt on it, by the way, as well. Just, I think it nipped his fingertips, to be honest with you. He knows he could have gotten that. He knows he could have gotten that one. But it's 1-0 still. Next up is going to be, I'm trying to see who it is.
DJ said he's behind. How many seconds, bro?
Oh, you're behind. I'm sorry.
Let one go in. Don't say anything, then do it.
Oh my goodness. Who's that? Who's that? Vina? Who's that player that dismissed it?
Oh, the
You gotta tell me how far back you are. Vitinha? Is that how you pronounce his name, right? Just missed.
Yeah, midfielder.
Missed the goal, by the way. That is unexcusable, if you ask me.
This is a big pressure one now, though, and if whoever's taking this.
Yeah. Yeah, he took like this really, really like weird miss, or weird run up, where he just baby stepped all the way up. And then
Maybe this is revenge for the one that we missed, the penalty shootout we had with them.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Yeah,
Let Tottenham win it. Yeah.
Benta Akur has just stepped up. I'm trying not to give spoilers. I think that CJ might not be with us right now anyway. Again, goalkeeper guesses the right. He guessed the right way to dive. Just was 1 second behind on getting there. 1 second behind on getting there. 2-0 is what the score is right now.
It was like that in the game as well, bro.
Yep. Ramos is stepping up. Oof. Ramos screaming to his he's screaming at someone. I don't know who he's screaming at, to be honest with you. To answer your question, it is in Italy, by the way, at the Blue Energy Stadium.
Oh, okay, cool. Must be Atlanta Stadium, maybe. I don't know.
No, it's I'm trying to think how you pronounce it. Udine.
Udinese. Is it Udinese's ground? Is it? So did it
it's in Udinese. So
yeah. Okay.
All right, we have a game, people. We have a game.
Yeah, I thought he'd score, Ramos.
Mark van de Ven has just stepped up and absolutely horrid penalty.
Sounds it. Did it fly over the bar? Did it like?
No, he kicked. So as a goalkeeper, you try to read you try to read the which way you're leaning, the player's leaning, and everything else. And being he's just going to go up and blast the shot. He ran up and then missed it.
And bottled it. It's a straight.
Not missed it, but got it. He kicked it like it was low and just off center. So as long as you dove the right way, you're going to be able to block it, and that's what happened. Dembele has just made it 2-2.
Desmond.
Yep. I guess VDV took it because he is one of the goal scorers on the day. Maybe he just felt confident that he could take it. This is Tell stepping up to take this one. He's got a long run up. He's taking it from the 18-yard box, like the edge of the 18-yard box. He moves to the left. Oof. And he just missed the goal. Oh, my goodness.
I knew they were going to mess it up.
Oh, my goodness.
Excellente.
Oh, my goodness.
Hand it over. Give Spurs that extra trophy.
Goodness.
Oh, this would be funny as well because Arsenal fans won't like it. And then get their hands up, silverware of a European.
No Dano one. He's missed.
Mate, I always liked the Super Cup. It's one I always wanted to win big time. Whichever way we got in it, through being champions of Europe or UEFA Cup holders, I always wanted it big time.
So now, it is all right, my boy's stepping up.
This will win it, won't it, if he gets it?
Lee is stepping up.
He's missing much.
Oh no, he's gonna say 12th man. I got you back.
Yeah, this should win it if he gets this.
Yeah, he's up. Kang In Lee scores. Good pen, by the way. Lean back, was able to got the goalkeeper leaning the wrong way, delivers it to the left side and makes the score now 3-2 going into.
Only 3-2. Nice, okay.
So what will have to happen here is they will have to score and they will have to actually have a save from their keeper. And this is going to be Pedro Porto.
Come on, Pedro. Show some pedigree, Pedro.
Ooh. Scores the goal, but whoa. He nearly skied at it. It was not the greatest of penalty kicks, but he scored it. 3-3 is the pen total right now. 3-3 is the pen total. Can Spurs get one save from their keeper, or will PSG end this here? Let's see who's going to be stepping up for them. Don't know who that is. Let's see. Oh, they win. PSG win. Mendes has just scored. And once again, Spurs are going to be the brunt.
My counting went wrong there. I thought they had it. My counting was off.
No, 4-3. Final score is 4-3. Mark Van de Ven and Tell are the two players that missed, and one missed, and one was saved. One was an absolutely horrific miss. Yeah, you have PSG as the winners. Wow. You got to feel for them sometimes. I know you don't want to root for an English team. I get that. But you had to have just, wow.
That's quite sad. That. Quite sad for Spurs that it ended like that. I thought they were bloody weird in the driving season at the beginning. My counting was off. I thought they were got it wrong.
Yeah, wow.
At the end. Never mind. Worst things have happened at sea.
I mean, like, I just wanted them to get the win because then they would have been able to hold it over Arsenal even more so.
Yeah,
you know?
it was a good trophy, mate, the Super Cup. And to beat the much vaunted PSG, and it would have really, ruffled feathers, I think, between a few gunners. But, it wasn't to be. It was a noble effort. I shall put my hands together repeatedly so that they release energy in the form of sound.
Yeah.
Well done.
Did they mess it up? Yeah, bro.
They should have. No, let's be honest. They should have won. But and PSG is acting like they deserved it. They didn't deserve this win, to be honest with you. Yeah. Frank is probably thinking, like, what club did I just get myself involved with?
Right. They take you to the top and bring you straight back down.
I think PSG are not as good as advertised.
Yeah, I think the time we met them last season, they were on it. But now looking back, like they lost to Chelsea and then today they should have lost against Tottenham.
I felt they'd lose when it went to pens. Like, I was hoping that they'd win and wanted them to. I thought PSG would win when it went to pens because they were the ones who made the comeback and were on the up. Spurs were on the back foot, like, you know what I mean? So, just one of them, isn't it? Like, what might have been, eh?
What might have been.
Football. It's not over till it's over.
Illusion, that night.
Abby Summers is definitely crying right now.
Who?
You can't judge the best team in Europe over 2 preseason trophies. Okay. I think that's whether it's preseason or not. I mean, like, we're 4 days away. Like, if 4 days is
tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, 3 days. Yeah, technically tomorrow. Yeah,
technically tomorrow we're starting, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for you it is. Yes, for you. I know you're an hour ahead of us, even more.
Well, PSG are now feeling the heat of being like the boss, like the kings of Europe, and that. Like, Chelsea done a number on them, Spurs nearly done a number on them tonight, and they do it with like stifling them and that. Like, it wouldn't be the way we'd be looking to beat them, but it all counts, doesn't it? Like,
it does. I mean, I think the bigger conversation is going to be about how Spurs bottled it, and considering they're up 2-0 for up to the 86th minute, they're up 2-0.
It was quite Spurs, as they say.
Yeah.
That's
as soon as that goal went in, I said they're going to lose it. I just had a funny feeling. Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is, okay, you let in one goal, that's all well and good. But hold it down, lock it down completely from this point on, and then for you to let in another goal, that's not good. That's not good. That's mentality. That's just, unfortunately for them. I mean, like the fact that your name is attributed to bottling stuff is horrible. Horrible. I think that they're a much better team than United are, especially with what United had to offer. I think that their Spurs are still a better team. It's going to be interesting. Spurs are going to be decent this year, I think.
going by the signings they have and haven't made, I'd say their main signing of the summer was Frank himself to get their defence a bit better.
It's a good way to put it.
He's had to go at it tonight at tightening them up, hasn't he? Like, obviously, for them to compete at least with PSG is something. But yeah, I mean, they are like wetting their pants a bit at the lack of signings because sometimes I go on that Spurs stream early mornings called Football Heritage. You know, when there's no streams.
No, I mean, like,
man.
I don't know. Spurs have had some decent signings on the low. I know Mateus Tell was last season or January. And obviously he's the one that just lost them.
A lot of them aren't liking him. They think he was like not a good. They don't like Richarlison. They reckon Richarlison's been crap since he's been there. They are pigeon. He's not feeling the love from a lot of their fans. What
I'm going to say is this: they've gotten Kevin Danso. They've gotten
35 million. What a waste.
Vaskovic, excuse me.
Yeah, 9 million.
They've gotten in
Palina. Palina's come back from Bayern Munich, hasn't he?
But the most, they Palina, and then also they've gotten Kudus. Like, if they can get Eze in there, they have a real nice little squad. You can maybe put their front line up if you had Kudus, Solanke, and Eze as your front line. That's a decent looking front line. I'm not saying that they make the podium, but it could be an argument if they can make the bronze.
Well, I didn't know how much they dislike Richarlison's efforts for them thus far because I put in their chat like I said, Kudus, Solanke in the middle, and Richarlison on the left isn't that bad a front three, and they were saying, well, a few of them were saying it anyway, saying no, it's a really bad front three, like we don't like it. But there's others there who was talking to about Solanke, saying, do you reckon he can make improve this season and get more goals if the supply's better from Kudus and another signing?
By the way,
are up for that. Do you think Dom could score more goals for them this season, like if he gets better supply?
Richarlison started for them today, which is interesting. He had Solanke come off the bench, actually. He had Solanke come in for Richarlison in the 72nd minute. So Richarlison was out there. I don't know if he was looking for pigeons or not, but
did Palina play at all, did he?
He started, bro.
He started. Yep.
Okay. Well, if he can regain any of his best Fulham form now after coming back from Bayern, can he sign in that? Like, if he can do that for them, what he did for Fulham,
Fulham is
20 years older, but
PSG is doing a PSG. Let me get my teams right. Tottenham are playing a 5-3-2 as their formation. Mm-hmm. So in this game, they went with Pedro Porro and Spence on the wings or as wing backs. They went with Donzo and Van de Ven as the fullbacks, and then they went with the central fullback being Romero. He captained the team. And then in the midfield, they had Bentancur, they had Sarr in the middle, and then Paulinho to the right. And up front,
Not bad.
Yeah, and then up front, they had Kudus and Richarlison. And then you take out Richarlison and put in Solanke, and you have Kudus and Solanke. It's not that bad. I mean, I think that it's definitely a thing about that.
Yeah.
And you wonder, oh man.
I'd be looking to play Kudus in that withdrawn role.
Why doesn't even play for us anymore? And you're still
behind strikers.
Bless up, Dara.
Yeah.
Richarlison is that Nunes. Yeah, Nunes is better than Richarlison.
Yeah, that's not even close. I mean, like that shit was.
I nearly got laughed out of the comments, like when I said that's a good front three and included Richarlison in it. The Spurs fans were like, nope, we don't like that guy. He's been shit for us. First I've heard, I only seen them when he played us in a couple of other games. Like, I didn't know he'd been so poo for them.
No, he's been terrible, bro.
Richarlison?
been terrible.
Mm.
Look, man, in football, you can make it one at a club 2 years, and what happens? You'll end up at another club and you disappear. You'll get paid well and that, yeah, but at the end of the day, you ain't winning nothing, you ain't scoring goals, you ain't doing nothing. So, Richarlison, I don't know, man, he got into the Brazil team before Firmino back in the days. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. He is a player I liked when he was at Watford and would have had for us at the time. If, like I remember saying that clearly. But that was then and this is now. You know what I mean? That was a long time ago when he was at Watford with Richarlison.
It was at Everton he was sound, you know what I mean? But,
yeah. Marco Silva brought him to Watford and then brought him to Everton, didn't he?
I think Kudus was good when he was at Ajax, CJ. Even then, I was like, you know what, we should have a little gander at him then. Went to West Ham. Yeah, he was good at West Ham, but I don't know, man.
He's explosive, isn't he, Kudus? He's an explosive player. And
We'll see this season, bro.
When he's on his absolute best game, like he is quite a nightmare for defenders. It's all about finding the best position for him, I would say. The type of player is if they can find it. If Frank can build a team around Kudus's, the best part of Kudus's game, then they've got something there. So we'll wait and see how things develop for them.
I guess we will see. Oops. Look, Spurs had it in their hands. They ended up, I don't know how you can explain what happened there. Because honestly, if you told me that my team was going to be up 2-0 going 4 minutes shy of the 90th minute, I think we should be able to hold on. And no matter what, even if it means us holding onto the ball or us pressing or us like figuring out some way to get control back. But PSG pushed and pressed and they clawed their way back into it, led by Kang-in Lee and then by Ramos as the second goal. And then it went to pens. And once you go to pens, it's anyone's game from there.
Anyone's game. But I'll tell you something quickly, bro. Like on the game we had on Sunday against Palace, we were 2-1 up. And what we didn't do was we didn't go for the third. And what happened, we sort of sat back and we got beaten. Same with Tottenham today, 2-0 up. And allowed them to come in with 5 minutes left to let them win the game, bro. So football for me is concentration levels.
Yeah.
And I want a defence that's going to concentrate and not let in measly goals, letting whack goals in, for a team to get any taste of coming back.
The big one, the big fallout or fall off for us was when VVD got the penalty called on him.
Yeah.
That was like a gift. That was like we had that big momentum, going our way with Ekitike. Everyone was feeling it. At that point, you score 4 minutes into the game. You're thinking, you're looking at 4 or 5-0 maybe or something along those lines. How many goals are we going to score? How many goals are we going to score today? And then once you give up a penalty, a poor penalty too, it ends up taking all that momentum that you had gets just deflated. Frimpong tries to pump up the balloon one more time, but yet now you're still vulnerable, and that's what happened. We ended up getting seeing ourselves
getting spazzed, beaten on pens,
getting beat on pens, because we should have certainly, the people that miss the penalties are players that you don't expect to miss the penalties.
Yeah.
It's one thing if like the Van der Vens of the world, if Konate had stepped up and missed the penalty, you'd be like, okay, I get it. He's a center half. There's a reason why he plays center half, and not forward. But
but with the amount of training these guys get, bro, these guys, even centre backs, even goalkeepers, just score penalties.
No, you're right.
All time. They're practicing all day. And that's what makes me laugh. Back in the days when a centre half used to be in the box, it's like the guy's never played football in his life, spoons it straight over the bar and that. I'm thinking, bloody hell, what are these guys doing, man?
Yeah, no. For me, it's like you can miss penalties, and what I mean by missed penalties, you could have your penalty saved. Okay, that happens. Sometimes the goalkeeper just guesses right, and there's nothing you can do about it. You could have a perfectly placed shot, and it's still not going to be saved unless you're going to be adventurous. And this is where it gets very, very touchy. Is if you're going to try to go, top shelf or something like that in either corner, then that's tough because that means that a goalkeeper is rarely going to get up and be able to block something like that. And on top of that, you're very close to just going over the bar,
Tell you the penalty shootout that we lost, dummy as in, was against City when Klopp first come in 2016. It's like first full season. We got to the final and lost on pens to City, didn't we? And he's only just come in then, but I was hoping we could grab a League Cup at the time. That one really done me head in. And there was one to Mourinho, wasn't there, on pens, I think, when Rafa was here, when Rafa first come. It was before the semi-final where we beat them, to go to Istanbul. We lost the League Cup final, didn't we, to Mourinho's bloody Chelsea. I can't remember if it was pens, that one, though. I know the Klopp one was. It's horrible losing a pen shootout when it's for a proper trophy.
Well, I was just going to say that if you're going to take a penalty, all I ask is that you at least get it on net. Like you're doing the work of the keeper if you missed the goal. You get what I'm saying? So we try. So I remember Daro trying to be like, "Oh, a miss is a miss." I'm like, I get that. I'm trying to be a little bit more nuanced with what I'm discussing, and this is from a goalkeeper's perspective too. If I know that there's a likelihood that you're going to go over the bar or you're not even going to hit the net, who cares which side I guess? It doesn't matter if I guess the right side, or I don't have to figure out a way to time my jump or time my leap. You just missed the shot yourself. But if I have to save the shot as a goalkeeper, that's a different story. Make the goalkeeper work. That's what you want to do. Sometimes the goalkeeper is going to save the shots. That just happens, But make him work to save that shot. Don't give him the easy out of missing the goal. That's just unexcusable. And if you're forward, that's all day, every day. You should be hitting the net. But all the same, we'll see. Tomorrow, was it Thursday? I'd like to think that I was a good one-on-one goalkeeper when it came to saves. Penalties, I was okay at. I wasn't the greatest at penalties, but but because I played basketball, I did have I have hops, so I could get to a lot of the shots better than my the person that played backup or played second string on my team. I had better hops than him. Yeah, but I liked it when real quick. I only got a minute left. I kind of liked. This sounds weird, I know, but I kind of liked when the MLS started. The MLS used to have this. They didn't have penalties. They didn't have penalties. They had shots that were, or they had a situation where they had a penalty. It was kind of like hockey in the sense that it was like a penalty shootout or penalty. They would start at at midfield or something, not midfield, but in between the 18 and the mid circle.
Yeah.
And then they would let the player run in, and then as the goalkeeper be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So it wasn't like a penalty shot. It was like a one-on-one attempt. I'm not going to lie. I like that, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's quite good that, yeah, when you're running on the keeper, like from say the halfway line of a five-a-side course or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah. We used to do them. In practice, you'd had to practice that a lot, obviously. But like, yeah, I used to really like that. They obviously got rid of it because they wanted to go with something that was more towards traditional football. But I remember that's how they used to in MLS. That's how they used to. That's how they used to break it down.
Yeah,
and do anything.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, we're at the 2-hour mark, people. We have. I'll have to discuss this with the guys backstage, but I have that. I don't want to give away the spoiler, but I have a show that could be for tomorrow. We'll see if we're going to do it or not. I'm not sure if we're going to do. We might do the Newcastle perspective show, or we might do this other show that is going to be a fun one, actually, because it's going to involve a lot of Chris Angel-esque type talk. How about we put it that way? All right. So maybe Chris Angel could be a part of the panel. I'll reach out to him and see if he can be a part of it if we end up doing the show. But would you guys like to say anything to the people before we let them do their enjoy the rest of their hump day?
Thanks to everybody. Yeah. Cheers, everyone in chat. Hopefully, we've got some more news this time tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Thanks for your contributions, everyone. See you all again.
And on your part, JK, what would you like to say?
Yeah. Blessed with the chat as always. CJ, Kevin, the whole people, and Justin. Yep. And tomorrow, I think we'll probably do a preview of the game for Friday, bro.
Possibly, yeah.
Season started, man. The fantasy
it's wild.
table.
It's tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Thursdays. Yeah. So maybe we'll do a preview of the. We'll do the preview. There's so much stuff. Be sure to get your stuff done because the season starts on Friday. You're going to have to get your teams put together by Friday. Obviously, if you're playing a fantasy football league with us. Also, the other show that we're going to talk about is a fun show. So maybe we'll do the preview before the roll call. Who knows? Just tune in tomorrow. Be worth your while. Bring a friend if you can, or at least tell a friend to tune in with you. At 2 devices, tune in with 2 devices. Does not matter. I just appreciate the fact that you guys are here. Appreciate the fact that I've had the blessing of having Lee and JK help me out with this episode. And as always, my friends and brothers and sisters, definitely up the Reds each and every time. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see you soon.